We're afraid of what people will think, or we're afraid we're not good enough, or we're afraid we're too much. And so we hold ourselves back. When we do that, we're muting ourselves. And there are too many people that are muting themselves in the world. And I, for so many years, was one of them. I've discovered the power of unmuting myself, of showing up in the world in a way that is joyfully expressed and boldly alive. That's something that has been so important to me as I've discovered how freeing it is to be unmuted, to unmute our body and to unmute our ideas and to unmute our desires, to unmute ourselves in relationships and at work, and to be our own advocates and to ask for what we want and need. The unmuted life is a life that is fully alive and fully expressed and confident and clear. And to me, it's the only way that I know how to live now. I know what it's like to feel confined and stuck and small and silenced. And I also know what it feels like to be expressed and alive and joyful and present and seen. And it's so much better of a life to be unmuted. And that is what I want to bring you into. Are you ready to unmute yourself? Let's make it happen. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Unmute Yourself, the 1-year anniversary. Woo, woo, woo. I am still riding on the high of last week and the song releasing, the song Somebody. I'm so excited that y'all are here. This is going to be an amazing day. It's going to be a show full of joy, a show full of gratitude. Grab your tissues. We might need to page puffs here, as Tim and Nancy and Brian always say. So we're going to show some cool videos. I'm going to share the story behind the song and sing it to you. So as we're getting started, just want to know who's here with us today. Let us know where you are joining us from. I'm so glad you're here. I see Russ and Michael and Annie Lee and Bradley. Hi, Bradley. Carla's here. Enrique, we got to meet this weekend at Podfest, which was such a delight, got to see my friends, Brian Schulman and Nancy Barros and Zach Demopoulos and Tim Zone, and Andy Storch was there. So much fun. Got to meet a coach that I've worked with, Shay Rowbottom, which was amazing. Lee Silverstein, oh my gosh, you're here. Lee, we got to meet this weekend. My dad is here. Russ, Marissa, Michaela. Michaela's one of my coworkers, my former coworkers. Bob and Jenny, welcome. Stevie, Rich. Oh my gosh, I felt like ever felt like you've been like ready to burst? Like, I feel like I've been ready to burst for like a week, like this combustion. So as we get started here today, I'm so grateful that you all are here. If you're just joining us, welcome. This is going to be an awesome show. Let us know where you're joining from. Melinda's here. Denise. Oh my gosh. We've got Madison, Wisconsin, York, Pennsylvania, St. Pete Beach. I was just there in last March. Utah, Waukesha, Wisconsin, Will in Brazil, Will Sullivan. Hey, Brett Powell's here. Yay. Ella's here from Ohio. We've got Carla from Cedar Falls, Iowa. Bradley in Milwaukee. Maria. Hi, Maria from Sacramento, California. Russ from Salem, Oregon. Oh my gosh, Bay Area. Tom. Hi, Tom. Hi, Gabe. Oh my gosh, you all. I don't know if I can make it to the song. I know I have to, but like y'all are overwhelming me here with your love and support. So how about this? What we're going to do is we're going to do a couple fun things today. We're going to have some giveaways of some Unmute Yourself mugs that we're going to give away. So the way that you can be part of the giveaway today is at any point during the show, just drop the hashtag unmuted. That's it. Hashtag UNMUTED in the comments, and that'll enter you. You just have to do it one time. That'll enter you into the giveaway that we're going to do at the end of the show. So heads up on that. If you want to be eligible for a mug and a handwritten note from yours truly, and maybe a couple other little special things, we would love to have you be part of that. Again, you can do #unmuted. Tim dropped in the chat. Oh, Travis is here. Hi. Sophia. Oh my gosh. Jana. And then the other thing that we're going to do is I'm going to bring 9 of you up on stage with me to have a little like mini concert with me while I'm singing the song live. And so what we're going to do in about 30 seconds or so is drop the green room link to the show. Now there will be a limit. So however kind of first come, first serve, whoever gets there is going to have the opportunity to come up on stage with me, and we'll get to have some conversations. If I can't bring all of you up for that, I'll see if I can bring others. I'm going to try to hear from and connect with as many of you as possible during the show today. So heads up that is coming. A little bit of backstory for how this started. This song came to be from the time I was a very little girl. I've loved to sing, but I wouldn't do it in front of people because, like a lot of you, I'm sure, I let fear of other people's critique and judgment and the potential for rejection cause me to kind of to mute myself and to hold back my voice, even though it brought me such joy when I did it by myself. And so I went through my life watching other people sing and perform, wishing I could do it, but being too afraid to try. My senior year of high school, I took voice lessons for the first time with the intent of just improving my own craft and not with the intent of performing. But that was my very first performance that I had at the end of my senior year. And let me tell you, it was nothing like the joy that I experienced for the release of this song. I felt like my jaw was locked and I was terrified to let anything out. I couldn't wait to get off the stage, to sit down and be done with that. Fast forward 3 years. I live abroad in southern Spain for a semester. I come back. I have a new lease on life. I try out for a solo in the gospel choir concert and I get my first solo in gospel choir. And from there, that was really the beginning of my unmuting for singing. And then here we are almost 20 years later. And I've looked back over the past 3 years as I've reflected at the end of each year and thought about what's something that I want to see happen in the year ahead. And something that has come up on that list for the past 3 years it's really been a picture I've drawn, a picture of a record with my name on it. It's something that I've wanted, that I've set this vision. When we set a vision to do something and we remind ourselves of it over and over and over again, and we take steps to make it happen, we're more likely to see it come to fruition. So for the past 2 years, I've taken voice lessons every week as a way to, again, build my confidence. And I'm still somebody who feels so new in the art of performing music, but I know I'll only continue to get more confident the more that I do it. 6 months ago, I was talking to a coach, Shay Rowbottom, and I was talking to her, and she said, the thing that differentiates you, the thing that makes you stand out is when you sing. So you should record some music videos and go to a studio and work with a producer. And I was like, I don't know how to do any of that. And so I reached out to a friend of mine, Leroy Heisen, who I go to church with, and he had just started a music production company. And I said, I want to work on something, maybe do some covers. So I went to his house and we sat down and he said, well, what do you want to write your first song about? And I thought to myself, well, I don't really know. I kind of thought we were just going to do some covers, not like original music. And I thought back to something that had happened the night before. And welcome if you're just joining. I'm just telling the backstory for the song, and in just a moment, I'm gonna sing it for you. Bill and I, my husband, we'd watched a documentary called Bully. I forget what streaming service is on, but we watched this documentary, and it's about these kids who just were so horribly bullied in school, elementary and middle school. And several of them, just the weight of all of that wore them down so much that several of them lost their lives to suicide. And as I was watching the end of this documentary, there was a nonprofit that one of the parents started called Stand Up for the Silent. And at their services where they had these celebration of life, these memorial services for all these lives that had been lost, they gave everyone a bracelet that said, I am somebody. And though that has not been my specific journey, I connected to the idea of what it is to be somebody. And so as I sat with Leroy in our first songwriting session, I said, I want to write a song about being somebody. Because for my whole life, I felt like I've had to prove that I'm somebody, that I have to achieve my way into acceptance, that I have to do something to be worthy of love and celebration. And I think that's an experience that a lot of us share, that we think, wait, just by being me, Just by being somebody, I'm enough. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to prove anything. I don't have to perform. I'm just enough as I am. And so I wanted to write a song about it. And so that was the inspiration. That was the inspiration that really, prompted me to write the song. And if you're joining us in the live room, make sure that you have your LinkedIn feed muted. I've seen a bunch of boxes pop up. Make sure your LinkedIn feed is muted so that you're just hearing the audio in the StreamYard. So anyway, that's the story behind the song. And so we work together twice a month for 2 hours. And the first day after our first session, I came home and I was obsessed. I was supposed to be working, doing other things, but I spent 3 hours just writing down lyrics and sending Leroy snippets. And the chorus that you hear at the end of the song, I came up with on the very first day that we started working on it. I said, what do you think about this? I don't know where it goes in the song, but what do you think about this? What do you think about doing something like, you are somebody, you matter and you are enough. He's like, I love it. And so that was the hook that ended up at the end of the song, but I came up with it in the very first session. So it's just been the most fun, one of the most joyful experiences of my entire life. And I'm so glad that you all are here. I think, have we maxed out, Tim? Let us know if we've maxed out on the number of people that can come in or if we have one more spot, if you want to let me know. The man behind the curtain. Do we have room for any others, Tim? You can give me a thumbs up if we're full, or we have room for one more. So if you are just joining us, we're going to drop the green room link one more time in the comments. And if you want to come on stage for the live performance, I think we have room for one more person. So first come, first served. If you'll just hop in here and then we'll bring you on stage with me and I'll try to make it through this without completely losing it. How's that sound? Okay. All right. I think we've got maybe one more person coming in. Let me do a quick, I've shared this before, back to Darcy Webb, one of my first coaches. Quick way to warm up. Oh my gosh, Rich, you're going to, ready? Here we go. This is a vocal warm up. I'm going to share with you and then I'm going to sing the song. All right, everybody. We're going to bring some friends on stage. Y'all do not make me cry yet. Let me get through this song, but we're going to bring you up. Again, if you wanted one more final spot, we're going to drop that link in the chat of the Zoom feed. In the Zoom feed, the LinkedIn feed. I think we have a spot for one more person. If we could drop that link one more time, Tim, and if we have to bring them in midway, that's fine. But there we go. All right, everybody. Here is the song, Somebody. We're going to bring y'all up on stage to a mini concert. I'm so glad that you all are here. Stevie. Michaela. Hi, Dad. Nancy and Brian. Oh, my gosh. I love it. Zach and Bob. Oh, I'm so glad y'all are here. We'll just mute all of you. If everybody will mute. And then, oh, my gosh, Eric Silverman's here, too. Tim, can we mute everyone but me? Just so we don't have any feedback? That'd be super duper. You let me know when we're good. Give me a thumbs up. Okay. All right. So here we go. Here it is. Somebody. No mistakes, know the rules. Be the best and cover up your wounds. You believe you have to prove that you are somebody. Can measure up to expectations that keep piling up, and need to perform to prove that you've earned it, and that you've earned my love. I wish that you could see what I see when I look at you. I see somebody. Take a breath and just be. You're not on the clock, and you don't have to impress me. There is nothing to achieve to be somebody. Let go of all the expectations that keep piling up, and need to be good to hold it together. It's all become too much. Release the need to prove you're worthy. What if you believed you are somebody already? You are somebody. You are somebody. You matter and you are enough. You are somebody. You are somebody. You matter and you are enough. You are enough. Enough, enough.
Yay!
I can't do it.
I have mascara on.
I don't have mascara on this time, at least, Rachel.
You've learned your lesson.
I did. After what, 4 days of crying every time I heard it? The incredible thing for me about this song, and I shared this with you, and I'm so glad I got to, was that sometimes big things happen and you have this rush and it hits you. And then over time, you feel it less and less. And with this song, every time I hear it, it has more and more meaning for me. And it's like every time I hear it, I'm going backwards. Like the first time I heard it was my 49-year-old self hearing it, and then my 48 and 47 and 46. And every time there's part of me that hears this song and cry. I mean, I just thank you. You are incredible. You're singing your story, and it feels and sounds just like you, Rachel.
Oh, Nancy, thank you so much. I have to let y'all know, like Nancy, Brian, and Zach, and Tim, I was with him this weekend, and you know, we all need in our life, we need friends that just like celebrate the mess out of us, that like insist, like surround yourself with people that celebrate you, you know, which is what I'm seeing on this screen, is people who are, you know, I feel so supported by and celebrated by, and like all of us need that, and we have to be willing to put ourselves out there and receive it. You know, like there are people in our life that want to love us and support us and care for us, and sometimes we put up walls and we don't let them in. But like, let me tell you, the joy. We talked about the words, right, Nancy? Unbridled joy all weekend. We're like, unbridled joy. That's just what it felt like. And I'm feeling it now. You know, I'm feeling it now. And
Rachel,
yes.
it's unbelievable. Mom and I just can't believe this. This little tiny peanut, and here she is. It's just, we're so proud of you, sweetheart.
Thanks.
Stop it. Stop it.
You just made an Iron Man cry? Are you kidding me?
She can make an Iron Man cry.
Oh my
Love
gosh.
it.
Oh,
Love it. I
Zach.
got to tell you, Rach, when One of my favorite parts of playing your song, and I'll never forget, is when we pulled up to a stoplight.
Hey,
And
wait
we
a
had your
second.
song blasting, and we
We
rolled
might have
the
a
windows
video.
down. Huh?
We have the
We
video.
might have something. Tim, tee it up. Zach, we're gonna come back to you.
We have the singer
Oh.
in the car. Yeah. Look it up. Play it for all your customers. You'll get a good tip. I swear to God. If you don't, I'll tip you. All right, brother. You are somebody. Go ahead. See you, bud.
I did not know you taped that, man. Oh, God, that's
We
too
tape
much.
everything.
That was not set up. I swear to God, that wasn't set up. I have no idea you were taping that, man. But I got to tell everybody, we pull up, and it's like a limo driver or next to us. We roll the windows down. We're blasting the music. Guy's got the biggest smile on his face. It's 50-50. Either they're going to think we're nuts or you're going to make their day. And we told him that he's somebody, and big smile ear to ear. I love it. I love it. That's what your song does to everybody. That's what your song does to everybody. I love it. I love it, Rachel. Absolutely amazing.
We played it in
Thanks,
every
Brian.
lift,
That was great.
every lift for every driver. We played it at the valet. Everywhere we could go. We made sure that they received this incredible message. And I don't know if you have video from our ride to the airport, but
Not yet.
oh man, our Uber driver, he was really touched. He said that no one's told him those words in a really long time, and that he had made choices when he was younger and always felt like he was falling short, and that he was going to play it for when he got home, he said he was going to line up his 3 daughters and he was going to play it for them.
Yeah.
And that he was going to play the song for the father-daughter dance at his oldest daughter's wedding.
Oh.
It was an
We were
incredible
done.
moment.
It was just, and then I gave him a "You Are Enough" sticker, and he said, "I'm going to put this in the inside of my car, and I'm going to look at it to remind myself." Because he said, "I feel like I was left behind, and I feel like everybody else in my family made something of themselves, and that I didn't." And we just reminded him that, that's the whole point. Who gets to decide who makes something of our lives? Who gets to decide who's made it and who hasn't? We're all worthy of mattering and feeling like we're enough.
Can we be
Yeah,
like
right.
your designated audience for all your shows?
What's that?
Can we be like your designated audience for all your shows?
Seriously.
I'm gonna put everybody together and we're gonna learn a backup dance.
Nice.
This
I
is-
played it.
Hey,
Nice.
Hey, Bri, we'll share it in a little bit. I don't know if you can pull the picture up, but yeah.
I have the picture. Yeah.
Oh, the picture. We can pull the picture up here. Let's share the picture of our driver. Tim, maybe we can just pull in their image so we can see. There we go. That's us with our. And then, the coolest thing is right before we finished, Brian was like, "Okay, everybody say you are somebody." And then the coolest thing that happened is he said, the Lyft driver, he said, "I am somebody." We all said, "You are somebody." And he said, "Oh, I messed up. I said, I am somebody." We're like, no, that's exactly what you were supposed to say. Just born to matter. And Annie and Travis and Gabe and everybody. I think Travis was like, "Great, I'm already shredded. It's not even noon. And I'm not even going to make it." Oh yeah, my heart is officially shredded before it's even noon. Here we go, Travis. And Enrique, we got to meet. Yeah, so I just... for all of you here, welcome. We're having a show to celebrate a year of unmuting yourself, and then the live show. If you missed the song, you'll go back and watch the recording. I just want to bring everyone back on again, and just want to share anybody that maybe we haven't heard from. I'd love to bring up. Maybe Tim will just bring up folks one by one if you want, Tim, and just share anything about how the songs impacted you, or even how you've unmuted yourself in some way in the past year. So we're just going to do a roulette of people coming up here and sharing that stuff. So Tim, I'll leave that up to you. But let's bring up someone to hang out here with me, and can we bring them on? Maybe Stevie.
I think Tim's crying.
Tim
He
went to
can't-
get tissues.
He can't see right now.
Tim went to get puffs.
I just want to say, I echo everything Nancy said, but the first time I heard it, it was it was my 13-year-old self. And this is very special for me today too, because I was Rachel's first guest on her show, and it's crazy that it's been a year, and you have unmuted so many and inspired so many and lifted so many. And like, my 13-year-old self and my Tourette's body needed to hear that song, and my 40-something year old body needed to hear it. And we got out of the car yesterday at the airport to say goodbye, and I couldn't speak, and I just started crying. And Rachel and I had a good hug, and we both whispered to each other, "You are somebody and you are enough." And this song speaks to everyone at every age in their life, and it's so impactful, and it's so needed. And Rachel, I mean, you know, all the messages and the texts and the emails and the calls and the voicemails, like you're changing people's lives, and you're helping them believe something that they were told otherwise.
Yeah.
And coming from your heart, it just... I'm going to add one more thing. I mean, what a privilege it was to see you, be with you while people were receiving this song. Like, to really be with you in those moments where you were feeling that love and support. And we were at Podfest Expo, and I played it for one of the organizers because they have a gratitude brunch on Sunday. And unfortunately, the timing didn't work out, but he heard the song and he's like, yeah, okay. And then I told someone else, and they didn't even hear the song. They had heard about the song. And he was like, does she want to sing it live? That's how much this song impacts people. One listen. I said to you, in one note, I felt seen, heard, loved, and valued.
Nice.
Thank you.
I have
so
I have a unique perspective because I know that little girl that you're talking about. I used to watch her come home, and she wasn't invited to that party, and it was so hard just to watch, when you love somebody, just to watch them hurt, and there's nothing you can do, and it was so unfair, and that could have buried you, but you decided to take that and not let that happen to other people, and that is so brave, honey, that you did that. So proud of you.
Thank you, Dad. Oh.
Mom says I sing the song now. I'm like, I've heard it 30 times. I guess I know how to sing it. Just walk around the house like a groupie now and just sing her song.
You'll get VIP seats at the first concert, just so you know.
Yay! You get to God's ear.
That's what this is, right?
Already got front row seat here.
Hey, everybody. Yes. And I would love, oh my gosh, just Rich and Stevie and Bob and Zach. Stevie, I'm so glad that you're here. Like, I would just thank you.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to say, I mean, this has really been a year of unmuting for me in my personal and my professional life, and just taking, I can't tell you the number of times I have said, I'm stealing a line from a friend. I'm turning my mess into my message. And every time I say that, I just think back to how your work has inspired me to become unmuted and to share some of my story with the people who need to hear it, to give them hope and healing. And so when the song came out, I listened to it right away, and it came at a good time. I needed to be reminded of that message because, some items from my past have been coming up to discourage me from letting my voice be heard. And so I just want to thank you for this amazing unmuting to create this song, but also just the work that you've been doing over the last few years, and how I know I speak for myself and probably many others, but it's been a huge encouragement to me. It's given me, some steps to take so that I can also be unmuted. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, not just for your work, but also for this amazing song.
Stevie, thank you so much. I'm just grateful to know you and be connected with you, and just to see you stepping into your dream of like, pursuing speaking and getting your message out there about, about teenagers and young people and mental health. It's like so important. And so I'm just honored that you're here. It's so great to see you pop in. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Stevie. Rich. Oh my gosh, Rich.
I just want to say that I've known you for quite a while now, and I got to meet you in person at one point. And when I first heard the song, I just felt like, wow, that is so authentically you. I mean, it wasn't like, I'm sure there's many artists out there that speak from their heart or whatever, but a lot of times you feel like, oh, they just wrote that to write it. But this is you the whole way. And this part really stuck out to me. So that part,
yes.
Knowing I was going to be in the front row of the crowd here, I had to. But that was the part that really hit me. So thank you.
Oh, t-shirt. Rachel, I think you have a t-shirt.
I think so. Well, can I tell you the story? That tees up a story actually about where that line came from in the song, Rich. In May 3rd of 2018. So here's the ironic thing about the date, May 3rd. May 3rd of 2020 was when I was hit by a pickup truck and fractured my back. My mom gave me a card she dates everything, on May 3rd of 2018. And in the inside, it said, "You are amazing. My lovely daughter, be kind to yourself." And on the front is a quote by a guy named Kobe Yamada that says, with a peacock, of course, "I only wish you could see what I see when I look at you."
Wow. Wow.
So that's where that lyric came from. Was from
and
that
think
quote.
about how many people in our world need to hear that message.
Yeah.
Because we see such goodness and greatness in so many of the people around us, and yet they focus on how they are not enough and how they're falling short and how they wish they could be like this person. And yet, if only the people around us could see what we see in them. It's a beautiful, beautiful line from the song.
Yeah, it reminds us to remind others of that message, because we sometimes assume that people know what we see in them, but they don't.
Well, it's a huge gift to give someone that. And I kept saying that this weekend as people would reflect back to me how I was received and seen. It's a huge gift. It's not something we necessarily do on the daily basis. You might think the world of someone or see them in a certain way, and we don't necessarily share that message with them. So for me, it encourages me. It reminds me how much people need to see that. And when I'm thinking that in my head, to allow those words, to allow myself to be unmuted in that moment and let them know how they are seen and received.
Yes. It's beautiful. It's such a gift. And we're going to bring Eric on too. You're so right about that. Like this, just to allow it to sink in, I think, and there's another person, Eric Silverman, my friend Eric Silverman is here. And Eric is one of those people who is another celebrator and elevator. And he was sending me screenshots and texts like all weekend. It was like, my daughter asked that we listen to the song. And I'm like, I'm going to send your daughter something that I autograph. And then he's like, playing it and rocking it out. And me and my wife, Megan, are listening to it. And just like, Eric, I know I've said this in our text exchange, but truly the way that you showed up to celebrate this song was tremendous. And I'm so glad that you're here, and just want to invite you to share anything that you want to say about the song or about a way you've unmuted yourself. I'm so grateful for you, friend.
Oh man, I'm so excited to be here. I'm a bit under the weather. I couldn't even get my contacts in, but I had to turn my video on. I had to be unmuted and say hi. But I wouldn't miss this. I even moved a meeting I had at noon to be here. And that is true. My daughter's 13 going on 18. You've met her, you know her well. And she is hard to impress. And I played it for her, and before it was halfway through, she's like, "Oh my God, can I add this to my playlist?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's everywhere." She's like naming app services, and I'm like, "I'm sure it's on that service." And she found it and added it. My son is 8. He wasn't so impressed. We know he's 8. So I even tried. I told Rachel, I tried to tell him that it was the Super Mario Brothers Princess Peach theme song for the new movie. He did not buy it. He said, literally, quote, "Dad, I wasn't born yesterday. I said, okay, that's fine. We'll your mom and I and Dylan, my daughter, will enjoy it.
That was the best. Just like seeing all that stuff that you were sending me. Like every time you sent me a message or tagged me in something, I just like laughed and smiled and just I felt the joy of it. And I'm for real about sending an autograph. This was the first time 4 days ago I was at an event speaking and someone was like, oh, I want to make sure I get your autograph before you leave. Do you have like a picture of yourself or something in a Sharpie? And I was like, why would I have that?
You got to start carrying it.
Hey, get on Amazon. You're going to need a lot of them.
It was the most bizarre thing. And my Lyft driver was like, could you sign something? And I'm like, I don't have anything to sign. Like, so I'm just going to, lesson learned. I'm like, okay, no, I'm out and about. I'm going to bring something to sign. But yeah, just Eric, thank you for the way that you show up with such joy and encouragement and positivity and fun. Like you're one of the funnest people that I know. And I'm really grateful that we're friends.
I agree. I appreciate you so much. I'm so proud of you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you so much. I know we're going to bring up Michaela, and then I know Zach and Bob. I wanted to make sure anybody that wanted to share. And then, by the way, if you're just joining us, let me reset here. For anyone who's in the comments, like, what's going on here? What Brady Bunch is happening on the screen? We're celebrating the 1 year anniversary of Unmute Yourself, the live stream show. And I just performed live my new song, Somebody, which, by the way, we'll drop in the comments the link. You can download it anywhere and stream it anywhere you listen to music. Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, YouTube, Pandora, even places I haven't heard of. Like there's things on there. I'm like, I don't even know what Boom Play. I don't know what that is, but the song's there. And if you leave a review, by the way, if you leave a review on Apple Music, that's awesome if you listen to it on Apple Music, because then I get to see the things you say about it. And I think helps the song. I don't know anything about how this works behind the scenes. But I think it's helpful to have reviews. But yeah, so I know I want to bring up Michaela, one of my besties.
Hi. Sorry, I jumped off earlier because I was like, oh, I'm going to let other people, come up here and talk. And then I was like, okay, never mind. I'm getting back on there. I listened to the song like all weekend, and my 3-year-old is also hard to impress because she's like, wants to, watch her YouTube video while we're in the car, but she was like so into it. And then like, still so into it. And then like I played it again and she's like, no, mommy, I don't like this song. I want Cocomelon. So we got to listen to it for a lot of the time, which was nice. I think that your message is just like everybody has said, it's so authentically you, and we've, been friends now for like 10 years, I think. And anytime we talk, we're like, let's like, anytime we've had doubt, right? Like on your side or my side, and you speaking and growing and doing all these amazing things, there's always going to be that internal voice. Like, well, what if, it doesn't resonate, or what if people don't like it, or whatever that may be that everybody tells themselves. And in your case, I've always said, don't worry about those people because they're not your people. Yeah. They're not, not everybody has the same thought or even acceptance of a thought to bring that into their life and say, hey, you know what? I should try that, because at the end of the day, it's only up to ourselves how our day starts and ends. And it's the story we tell ourselves all day. And it's how we react when we, get feedback. How hard are we on ourselves? It's just our narrative. And I feel like that comes from, a good place for everybody. They want to be better, but will we ever be better if we're not good enough to ourselves? And the answer is probably no. So congratulations for this song. The message is just astounding. It like rocks you, and in all different, ages too. It's just beautiful. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I want to hear from Zach and Bob too, but can I show y'all a video real quick? I'm going to,
sure.
So this is what happens. Let me get the backstory behind this. The way that a music release works, and Tim, we'll just have me maybe on screen for this part of it, and then we'll show the video. When you release a song, you have to go through a system. I use a system called DistroKid, and you have to like load it in and load the lyrics and upload the audio and the file and pick the time you're going to drop it. So I set it to Thursday the 26th at midnight, or I think it was 12 o'clock or 12:01. So I didn't see the song before any of you did online. Like I didn't see it first. And so I go online, I go on my phone at 12:01, and I said to Bill, I said, I'm searching my name, searching Rachel Druckenmiller, somebody in Spotify, and nothing's popping up. And I'm like, I told everyone my song's coming out. I really hope it's coming out. I was like, I don't even know how to find my own song. Like, is this a problem? And then at 12:01 and change, I know some of you have seen this, but at 12:01 and change, this is what happened. And Tim, if we can roll tape. Oh shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm on Spotify. Ugh, who's cutting onions over here? Oh man. That's what it feels like to make a dream come true, you guys. Like that's when we are willing to unmute ourselves, like when we're willing to step up and show up, it makes such a difference. And Bob, if we could bring Bob back up before you have to head out. So Bob, if you wanted to hop on real quick, I would love to talk to you. Just thank you for being here.
Sure. I just wanted to say that it's been 45 years since I heard a really devastating phrase, which is the opposite of your song. And the phrase was, "You will never amount to anything." And it crushed my soul and it crushed my spirit. And I tried to achieve over the last 45 years of my life and my career. But it wasn't until I heard your song, Somebody, that my heart opened up and I felt healed. And I think so many people feel that way, that they don't amount to anything. They'll never amount to anything. And your song, your beautiful voice, the words, your intentions behind it were incredibly powerful. I just wanted to share that with you. And obviously, it made me cry.
I love that. We celebrate too. I mean, I'm like one tissue. What was I thinking? Like, Bob, I'm not often left speechless, but just what you shared was so moving and touching. And it's, when I wrote the song, I didn't really have any intention other than just creating something in the world. I didn't really have any anticipation of expectation. Let go of all the expectations. Mm-hmm. I didn't have any expectation for like what it was going to do or how it was going to make people feel. So to hear that it's a source of healing and a truth. It's a truth, right? Of like, you are somebody that, and what if you believed that in the midst of all that, you are somebody already? Like you're already somebody, capital S, already. And you always have been and you always will be. And you are enough and you matter. I'm so grateful that you came on here today, because what you just said, I guarantee, moved like the hearts and souls of anyone who heard you say those words. It's powerful. Like, thank you for just being you, for being here, and for sharing your story. And stay encouraged. Whenever you need a reminder, I will sing you a private snippet of the song. You just be like, Rachel, I'm having a day. I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna hop on and sing you a little private LinkedIn audio note to remind you.
That was awesome.
Of the truth.
Thank you.
Yeah, Thanks. You're welcome. Thank you. up. Oh my gosh. Oh, Zach, I know you started to say something and then I cut you off and showed your video, but I just wanted to bring you back up in case there's something that you wanted to say that you didn't.
I've seen you cry so many times in the last 4 days. I don't know why this one's getting me all happy and sad for you. I mean, happy for you, but tears. First of all, I want to say, hey, Rich, I don't know if you can see this, but I sent this text to Rachel this morning that also is my favorite line. I mean, it speaks to you. Wish that you could see what I see. I see somebody. Just real quick, because I don't want to take up so much time, but I have to just thank you so much, Rachel. This is at the time, a 60-year-old man, all of a sudden just started playing around with LinkedIn. I don't know how in God's name I found your show, but I found it and I was there from the first show, and I went from fan, and then I went from friend. You have been a hell of a friend to me, to somebody in 12 months. And I feel like a confident 60-year-old man now, 61 next week, that can go do anything. I could go do anything because that line from your song, I feel that from you in your texts, in your voice messages that I'm trying to learn how to do and return back to you. And just the few days I spent with you, you do that. You radiate that. You're like, I wish you could see what I see. You are somebody. I can't thank you enough.
Mhm.
I really can't thank you enough. I just love you to death. And I'm just privileged and honored to be a part of all this. And I do want to say one quick story. During PodFest, I was moderating all day and I was trying to play this song, between sessions, and somebody standing right next to me, I wish I remembered her name, comes up to me and she goes, "What song is that?" And I said, "Believe it or not, it's somebody in our community, the PodFest community." She goes, "Oh my God." And I think we all saw that podcasters have some good voices and are very talented. And she said to me, "You're kidding me. Somebody here is dropped that song." And I said, "Yes." She goes, "That has inspired me. I'm going to try. I didn't think I had any hope, but I'm going to try." And so you've inspired people in so many different ways. That's all I could say. I just want to thank you. You're one of the best friends I've met in 12 months. I swear to God. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, Zach, thank you so much. Like, you just bring effervescent enthusiasm.
I don't even know what that means. I love it. I freaking love that word. That's awesome.
It's true. Like, you do. And just the way, like, you showed up as to talking to the guy in the car and having it blasting in the car when I came out of the hotel the first time. And like, it just, I'm so grateful. I'm so, so grateful. And let's see. Oh, Tim, Rachel was the person who inspired me to send you the, oh. Yeah, there was an event that Tim had for showing up perspectives on cancer back in November. And then there was a video that was shared that, wouldn't have probably been shared if people hadn't felt unmuted. So, it's a gift, and Zach, thank you from the bottom of my heart for being there and celebrating it. Oh my gosh. I can't believe we have like 12 minutes left. This has been the fastest 48 minutes of my life. And just for everyone, thank you so much. If anyone else wants to come up on the show that hasn't been up, just to say hello, I'll share a couple other snippets. But for everyone who's come up, thank you so much for being here and sharing your thoughts and your feelings and the space with me and your joy. And I'm so grateful. We're going to do a giveaway. If you want to put hashtag unmuted in the chat. And then if anyone else wants to come up, I would say Leslie is here. Hi, Leslie, and Thomas and Cindy and Barbara and Bill. Oh my goodness. I'm like missing this chat. And Annie Lee, Will Ube is here. Oh my goodness. So if anyone that did not get to come up wanted to, feel free to, we'll drop the link one more time to the green room, Tim. And, for anyone up, but I want to share just a couple other thoughts, like insider perspectives from the song that you would not know if you were not here today listening to it. And that is the end of the song, when I sing the "You Are Somebody," the second "You Are Somebody." So it's the "You are somebody, you are somebody, you matter and you are enough. So that note was supposed to be lower initially. It was supposed to just be like, you matter and you are enough, you are enough. But my producer Leroy was playing with the soundboard and he shot that note up super high, like in a funny way high, and it sounded ridiculous. And we were both like, I kind of like that. Maybe I should sing that note higher. So it was almost like this thing that was an accident made that note what it was, which is really cool because it was totally unintentional. And then the very end of the song, when there's the echo of enough, the enough, when there's that at the end, the intent for that from a production and mixing side was that the echo of the enough voice was supposed to sound like it was my 9-year-old self saying that to me. So the echo is the 9-year-old. Just a reminder, from like that little child that knew that you're enough. Oh, I see it. I see that you're enough. You were enough then and you're enough now and you're going to be enough in the future. So I want to bring up, Leslie's here. Leslie, hi. We'll bring Leslie up. Oh, I'm so glad that, hi.
Hey, Rachel. I don't even know what to say.
I know we got to have a special moment before the song
Yeah.
released to.
Yeah, I want to just wrap this up because I know you've been on for almost an hour now. And I see so much. I see so much potential in this song, Rachel, and just that I'm going to use it on college campuses everywhere when I speak.
I love that. You might want to mute the LinkedIn feed. That's what we'll be hearing feedback. But yes, I love that. Like, I think it's college students need this, right? Like, my goodness, at a time where everyone's trying to be somebody, right?
100%, Rachel. This song, it has such a powerful message, which everybody's been sharing with you, what it's meant to me personally. Am I getting an echo? I'm
So
sorry.
just close out of the LinkedIn feed and just keep the StreamYard one open.
Oh, Rachel, 100%. 100% they need it, and they're starving for it, Rachel. So I think, I always, at the end of all of my talks, I tell these kids, if nobody's told you today or this week that they love you, I'm telling you now. And I'm going to end it with their song. Every talk, I'm going to play it. I go speak at a freshman academy, 2 full days, a really tough area. I'm going to speak to 514-year-olds. 514-year-olds in Elkhart, Indiana are going to hear your song this month.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank
Just
you, Rachel.
honored.
Thanks for being who you are. Sorry, I'm a crier. Thank you,
We're all
Rachel.
crying. I think it's a mandatory part of if you come up here and talk to me, you have to be crying at some point. I think we've established that for everyone who's come.
Yeah, I'm gonna blame your dad on that one. Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you, Leslie. And oh my gosh, Michael's comment. So he said, this could be in a Disney movie. Tim, can we pull that back up? And then we can let Leslie go. But he said, Michael said this would be amazing in a Disney movie. How many times this weekend did we hear people say, like, I could imagine this in a Disney movie, or this is a Disney princess song, or like something like that. It was so funny. It was so funny. Leslie, thank you so much for being up here. If anyone else wants to pop in, feel free to join us. And then if you any final thoughts you want to share, otherwise we'll bring the whole crew up, and maybe we'll do if you do a hashtag unmuted in the chat, we're going to do a giveaway for 3 unmute yourself mugs that I don't even have yet, but we're going to be sending those out to 3 lucky winners. Michaela, my first thought was it was a Disney princess. Well, who knows? Maybe a year from now, I'll be performing the song in a Disney movie. Who's to say? Another bucket list item, I'm sharing this right now on the show, is to be on the Kelly Clarkson show. That is a goal. Just very aspirational, So if anyone knows Kelly Clarkson, hit her up. But with that, maybe, let's see. I love you, Nancy. If anyone else wants to come up, feel free to join, and we'll bring everyone else, maybe who's here, up on stage for any final thoughts, and then Tim will do the giveaway. So I just want to say thank you to Rich and to Stevie and to my dad and to Nancy and Brian and to Zach and to Eric and to Bob who was here and Michaela who was here and Leslie who was here. Just thank you. Thank you all so, so much for making me feel like somebody and for celebrating that. This is just one of the greatest joys of my whole life. And I'll never forget how I have felt in the past week. And if I seem to forget, remind me. I'm so incredibly grateful for all the ways you've shown up. And as a reminder, I have this thing on my, I have a vision board thing of stuff next to me. And this is a reminder of we all start somewhere. And it's a quote by a guy named Mike Dooley. It's the one thing all famous authors, world-class athletes, business tycoons, singers, actors, and celebrated achievers in any field have in common is that they all began their journeys when they were none of these things. We all have to start somewhere. We all have to start somewhere. And so the question is, if you think about, to me, the unmuted life is a bold life. And it's a life of expression and of courage and of bravery. It's not an easy life, but it's a joyful, it's a full life. And so I'll leave you with this question before any final thoughts in our giveaway of, it's by Liam Linnasong. I'm not sure who that is, but he said, a year from now, what will you wish you had done today? A year from now, what will you wish you had done today? I can now say, like, I've made that dream happen of after 3 years, I want to write a song. I want to write a song. I want to write a song. I've written a song. And by the way, this is the beginning. This is the beginning. This is the first song. This is the first song, and I have my next session on Friday, and y'all better believe that more is coming. More is coming. More. I already have an idea for the next song of what I want it to be about. And so I just want to acknowledge all of you who are here, and Christina and Annie and Leslie and Will, Cindy, all of your kindness, all of your kind words, Catherine, Eric, everybody, Zach. I'm still here looking for Kelly Clarkson on LinkedIn. And then Eric says, tag the Walt Disney Company. They need to hear it. I love it. Any final thoughts? Maybe Tim behind the scenes, you can do the giveaways and then let us know who the names are. That'd be awesome. So yeah, I'll just bring everybody up for any final thoughts or feelings or tears or things you want to share. I receive it in any capacity about unmuting, about the song, just about.
It's going viral. This is going viral.
Thanks, Dad.
Absolutely. You heard it here first.
I received that. Thank you. It's going viral because you listen to it 40 times a day. Maybe that's why.
Just by me, it's going viral. I mean, I'll take it viral.
I love you. Thank you.
I love you.
And you gave me the nicest card that I'm going to keep forever to celebrate. So I love you.
Love you.
Anyone else want to pop in? Maybe we could just put all of our boxes on, Tim, and then let us know who Is there any final thoughts?
Well, it doesn't hurt that the song's also very addictive and you keep humming it all the time, wherever you are, fishing or in your house or whatever.
I woke up with it in my head, Rich. Totally.
I was dreaming about it. It was in my head all night.
And I am going to play it. I have a client at 11 who needs to hear this message, and the people around her who love her have been telling her, but she can't. And sometimes we can't hear it from people who know us the same way we can hear it from another source. And I shared with you when we were together that I work in a middle school. And before every group, especially with my girlies, not that boys don't feel it, but they'll all hear it. Girls will probably hear it multiple times and be singing it by the end of it. But we're starting every session with your song so that they know they are somebody.
That just, Nancy, why are you so far away? Why are you across country right now?
I know, I don't like this.
Receive it. Oh my goodness. Well,
the timing of this, Rachel, was no coincidence. And to your dad, I was Rachel in male form, the kid at the window who wanted to go to the party, who was waiting for a friend to come over that didn't wind up coming over. And I had been going through one of the hardest years of my life, the last year. And thank you.
You're welcome. Oh my goodness. Well, all of you. I'm just so grateful. We're having another show next week with Megan Telpner, one of my culinary nutrition instructors who I learned all these things from. But I just thank you for just being with me in the show today. Our winners, by the way, are, hold on a second. There's a way I can do cool sound effects. You ready? Like, we're gonna woo, 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 woo for our winners. It's gonna be Melanie Bounds, Will Sullivan. Will, you're in Brazil. I gotta figure out a way to get that to you. I might send it to New York. And then Richard Farbman. So congratulations to our winners. Send me a LinkedIn message and send me your address so I know where to send it. Melanie, Richard, and Will. And just all of you, thank you for the gift of your presence and support. It means everything. It means the absolute world. So how about this? I don't know what kind of voice I have left, but we'll take everyone off. I'll send you out. How about I sing it one more time?
Yay.
We'll attempt it. Oh, I wasn't planning to do this, but okay, 1 second. Let me just. Okay, one last time for everyone who's still with us, and feel free to drop in the comments, you are somebody, and tag somebody that needs that message today. Tag someone who needs this message. Here we go. No mistakes, know the rules. Be the best and cover up your wounds. You believe you have to prove that you are somebody. Can't measure up to expectations that keep piling up. The need to perform to prove that you've earned it, and that you've earned my love. I wish that you could see what I see when I look at you. I see somebody. Take a breath and just be. You're not on the clock, and you don't have to impress me. There is nothing to achieve to be somebody. Let go of all the expectations that keep piling up. The need to be good to hold it together. It's all become too much. Release the need to prove you're worthy. What if you believed you are somebody already? You are somebody. You are somebody. You matter and you are enough. You are somebody. You are somebody. You matter and you are enough. You are enough. 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 Oh. Love you all. Thank you for bonus time. Thank you for sticking around. Such a joy. Thank you again for all the love and support. Another year of Unmuted is coming, so get ready for it. Gear up. And with that, I just want to say thank you, and thank you to the amazing producer, the the wizard behind the curtain, Tim Sohn. So Tim, thank you for just the amazing way that you keep showing up for me and help make the show the amazing thing that it is. So with that, everybody, thank you so much. Have the best day ever. And I will see you same time, same place next week. Bye, everybody.